to be incumbent upon this coaching staff to give him a path to really earn that. If they give him enough reps and he has enough opportunities and gets put in enough situations, I think his skill set is such that he can compete with anybody on that roster in the quarterback room. As a matter of fact, he can probably, just one for one, man for man, beat out anybody on that roster.
Yeah, I think just operationally, listen, you come from the college world where very few things are called into the huddle, where you have to command a huddle, operate an offense in the way you're asked to at this level. So I think just from an operation standpoint, you continue to see those guys grow and become more comfortable. And what we're after there is there's going to be a moment where they get to their comfort level, and that's when they're going to be able to maximize, and feel confident out there. So
I think it's going to be a while until either one sees the field. But if the Browns end up in week 8 or 6 or 10 or whenever, starting a rookie quarterback in a game, and it's not Shedeur, that's a big problem for him as far as his ability to... Yeah, it's a real indictment.
Shedeur Sanders didn't just show up at Browns OTAs. He walked in and wrecked the entire quarterback hierarchy. This wasn't hype. This wasn't potential. This was dominance. Live and undeniable. 3 touchdowns. Precision darts downfield. And all of it coming while the so-called frontrunner, Gabriel, struggled to even keep the ball off the ground. If you're asking who the best quarterback on the field was, it wasn't even close. This week at Cleveland Browns OTAs, something happened that nobody in the building or the league can ignore anymore. Shedeur Sanders, the 5th-round pick that many wrote off as a development project, put on a clinic that shook the entire QB depth chart. And now people are talking loudly. Could Shedeur actually leapfrog his competition and claim the starting job? Is he the Browns' surprise answer at QB1 before the season even starts? The coaches are watching, the analysts are buzzing, and fans are already debating what this means for week 1, because what Shedeur just did in live 11 on 11s didn't look like a rookie finding his footing. It looked like a quarterback taking control. And here's the wildest part. This might just be the beginning. Let's break down exactly what went down at OTAs and why Shedeur Sanders is suddenly in the fast lane toward becoming Cleveland's next starting quarterback. Let's not sugarcoat it. Shedeur Sanders just sent a shockwave through the Cleveland Browns quarterback room. During the most recent 11 on 11 drills, the rookie didn't just look good, he looked better than anyone expected. And not just rookie good, we're talking legit QB1 level execution. 3 touchdowns, 9 completions, and only 1 pick, and even that came off a tipped ball. Every throw had zip, every read had purpose, and the offense moved when he was under center. You could feel it. The sideline energy changed when Shedeur stepped in. People who came in expecting to see Gabriel take control of the backup battle instead saw Shedeur make it look like a one-man show. While Gabriel misfired on multiple passes and struggled with timing, Shedeur stayed locked in, calm in the pocket, reading through progressions, delivering lasers into tight windows. There was one throw on a deep out route that dropped perfectly between 2 defenders. Even the coaching staff reacted, and you know it's real when they can't keep a poker face. It's not just fans hyping this up either. Sources close to the Browns say this was the moment Shedeur truly turned heads inside the building. The kind of performance that forces uncomfortable conversations like, do we really keep treating this guy like a long-term project when he's clearly outplaying the guy we drafted 2 rounds earlier? This wasn't some random hot streak or one lucky drive. It was a full team session where Shedeur Sanders looked like the most confident, composed, and capable quarterback on the field. And if that trend continues into camp, forget QB of the future. He might be fighting for QB1 right now. Just a few weeks ago, Shedeur Sanders was being labeled as Dion's kid and nothing more. Some thought he only got drafted because of his name. Others said he needed a redshirt year, maybe 2, just to catch up to the NFL pace. But now, those same people are scrambling to rewrite their scouting reports because what Shedeur is putting on tape isn't raw potential anymore. It's real quarterback play. He's gone from being an afterthought to the one guy who's actually making a case to move up the depth chart. And the best part, he's doing it with precision, not flash. Yes, he's got the arm. Everyone knew that. But what's surprising people is the level of control he's showing. His timing is sharper. His footwork is tighter, and most importantly, his decision-making looks miles ahead of where most rookies are in June. He's not forcing plays, he's manipulating coverages, moving safeties with his eyes, and calmly working through his progressions like he's done this before. You can tell Shedeur has been putting in the work off camera. He's clearly been studying the playbook, mastering the terminology, and adjusting to the speed of the pro game. This isn't the same guy we saw in college. This version of Shedeur looks like someone who belongs, not just in the league, but in the conversation. He was doubted by scouts, passed over by teams, and dropped to the 5th round. But right now, he's playing like someone who took every bit of that criticism personally and is using it as fuel. The Browns might have thought they were drafting a long-term project. What they might have found is their next starting quarterback. And if that's the case, this QB battle just got very real. While Shedeur Sanders is out there gaining momentum, Gabriel is, well, still searching for his moment, and so far, it hasn't come. At the latest OTAs, Gabriel once again had trouble finding rhythm, off target, throws, hesitation in the pocket, and a few passes that
want to see. It generates clicks, but this clip right here scares me. It really does, because it's clear when Gabriel stands next to the other QBs in this room that he is undersized, and with a massive human being in front of him like DeJuan Jones, it can make life tougher to see everything going on in front of him past the line of scrimmage.
Like skipped stones than spirals. It's not that he's been terrible, but when the guy next to you is lighting it up, just okay isn't going to cut it. Let's be real. Gabriel came into this with the advantage. He was drafted in the 3rd round, got more attention, more reps early on, and was labeled the more polished rookie. But in these team sessions, that polish isn't showing. His reads are slower, his throws are late, and his confidence looks shaky. One particular clip making rounds online shows him releasing a pass that nearly hit the turf 5 yards short of his receiver. Fans didn't just notice, they cringed. And here's where things get uncomfortable. The more Gabriel struggles, the more the coaching staff has to ask themselves a tough question. Are we backing the right guy? From the outside, it's starting to feel like Shedeur is forcing their hand. He's executing better, staying composed under pressure, and clearly earning trust in the huddle. Meanwhile, Gabriel's still trying to find consistency. Now, to be fair, the Browns haven't given up on Dillon. Reports say he's still a great locker room presence and has strong leadership traits. But in the NFL production talks, and right, now Shedeur is doing all the talking. If Gabriel wants to change the narrative, he's gonna need to flip the script fast. Because in a league where opportunities are rare, the guy behind him isn't just catching up, he might already be ahead. Behind closed doors, there's a buzz starting to grow louder inside the Browns facility, and it's all centered around one name: Shedeur Sanders. After his latest performance at OTAs, even the coaching staff couldn't stay silent. Cleveland's quarterback coach came out publicly praising Shedeur, not just for his arm, but for his command, leadership, and maturity. That kind of praise doesn't get handed out to rookies lightly, especially not ones drafted in the 5th round. Internally, it's becoming clear that this isn't just a development project anymore. According to insiders, the staff is having very real conversations about the trajectory of both rookies. And when a late round pick starts out playing your 3rd round guy in live team reps, that starts to shift the balance of power in the room. Quietly, the evaluation is changing. What began as a long-term depth addition is quickly becoming a maybe we need to get this guy on the field sooner than we thought situation. And that brings up an uncomfortable dilemma for the Browns, because whether they'll admit it or not, there's a level of pressure to make the higher pick Gabriel work. When you spend a 3rd rounder on a quarterback, you don't expect him to get leapfrogged before training camp even starts. But football isn't about draft status, it's about results. And so far, Shedeur is making his case the loudest. There are whispers now that some in the building believe Shedeur could be the guy sooner than anyone predicted. If that belief keeps spreading, it's only a matter of time before we see a shakeup, because no coach wants to be the one who ignored the best quarterback on the roster, especially when he's playing like the future might already be here. While the rookie buzz is heating up, the Browns still have a veteran puzzle on their hands. Joe Flacco, the seasoned vet, is nearing 40 and doesn't exactly scream future of the franchise. Then there's Deshaun Watson, still dealing with lingering injury concerns and trying to get back to form. Both have experience, but neither offers long-term stability right now. This is where things get tricky. If you're the Browns, how long do you lean on the past while your future might already be knocking? Flacco brings leadership, sure, but mobility and consistency are fading. And Watson, his availability remains a giant question mark. That leaves the door cracked wide open. Suddenly, Shedeur Sanders isn't just competing with another rookie, he's challenging the status quo. And if he keeps outperforming Gabriel and the vets can't stay healthy or sharp, then what's stopping the Browns from seriously considering a new QB1 direction? This isn't about hype, it's about timing. The Browns need fresh energy, someone who who can move, adapt, and lead. Right now, Shedeur is showing flashes of exactly that, and with every clean rep, he's giving Cleveland one more reason to think bigger, younger, and bolder under center. The media isn't just noticing Shedeur Sanders, they're circling. NFL analysts, insiders, and even former players are all chiming in, and the consensus is getting harder to ignore. Shedeur might be the real deal. Booger McFarland didn't hold back, pointing out what many are starting to feel. The Browns need a young mobile quarterback to bring life back into the offense. He emphasized that with Flacco aging and Watson's health still uncertain, the Browns are in quarterback limbo. Somebody has to step up, he said, and right now that somebody looks like Shedeur. Then there's Nick Wright, who flat out said that if any rookie QB ends up starting and it's not Shedeur, that's a red flag. He stressed that with all the support and spotlight from Deion Sanders, the pressure is higher, but so is the potential. If Shedeur wants the job, he has to leave, no doubt. And according to Wright, he's already starting to do just that. Even former players are backing him. One analyst said, plain and simple, Shedeur's better than Dylan Gabriel right now. From mechanics to decision making, he's checking more boxes. And as the hype builds, so does the expectation. This QB race isn't just local anymore. It's officially national. This quarterback battle isn't just about reps at practice. It's about the future of the Cleveland Browns. For a franchise that spent years searching for stability under center, this decision could shape the next chapter. The Browns can't afford to miss on another quarterback. They've gambled before, and fans are still recovering from the fallout. That's what makes Shedeur Sanders' rise so intriguing and so important. If he keeps this up and the Browns don't act, they risk sitting on a player who could bring real change. A QB with mobility, vision, leadership, and the kind of presence that can energize an entire locker room. The spark Shedeur is creating during OTAs isn't just about talent, it's about belief. Belief that maybe finally, Cleveland found a guy who doesn't just survive pressure, he thrives in it. And then there's the flip side. If the Browns push Gabriel forward out of obligation to his draft position, and he continues to underperform, it sends the wrong message. Not just to fans, but to the locker room. That performance doesn't matter. That politics still rule over production. That's dangerous territory. Every throw Shedeur makes now isn't just a stat, it's a statement. Every solid rep is proof that he belongs. And if the coaching staff is paying attention, they know what's at stake. This isn't just about who starts week 1. This is about momentum, identity, and setting the tone for an entire season. Because the longer Shedeur keeps stacking performances like this, the louder the question becomes, what are we waiting for? At this point, there's no more waiting to see when it comes to Shedeur Sanders. He's not just a 5th round pick showing flashes. He's a rookie quarterback turning the Browns depth chart upside down. He's stacking completions, winning reps, and drawing praise from the coaches who matter most. Meanwhile, the competition is still trying to get their footing. That gap, it's growing by the day. So what's the verdict? If we're calling it based on performance, Shedeur isn't just in the QB conversation, he might be leading it. And if that continues into training camp, the Browns front office will have a real decision to make. Roll with what's safe, or take the shot on a guy who looks ready right now. And let's be honest, when was the last time Cleveland had a rookie quarterback come in and flip the entire script? This isn't normal. This doesn't happen every year, but it's happening now, and it's happening fast. If you're a Browns fan, a college football junkie, or just love seeing a young player prove everybody wrong, this is the story to watch. If you want more raw breakdowns, insider updates, and no fluff coverage on Shedeur Sanders and this Browns QB shakeup, you already know what to do. Hit that subscribe button, tap the bell so you don't miss the next twist in this saga, and drop a comment below. Who do you think should be QB1 in Cleveland? Because this battle, it's just getting started, and something tells me we haven't seen the best from Shedeur yet.